And Austin, so that was exactly 1 week ago today. Now, today he says it could be just a week from now, which, you know, on one level is supposed to make people feel good, but perhaps makes people feel deeply uncertain that they know what they're talking about.
Yeah, look, you don't want to blow your credibility in a crisis. It's the #1 rule of the crisis. So don't get up and say it's going to be July and then get up and say now it might be in 2 weeks. I think the White House, the president and his staff, in a way, I think they're kidding themselves. If they think that they can sort of delegate this to the states, if the hospitals fill up the way they have in Italy and in other countries where they've had these outbreaks, everyone is going to turn to the federal government and say, we've got thousands of people dying. No one can go to the hospital because all the hospitals are full. All the ventilators are taken. There are people out in the halls. I just think they need to think more than 2 days ahead. They need to be thinking 2 weeks from now, where is it going to be? And if in 2 weeks it explodes like that, nobody's going to be happy that they announced that, well, in 2 weeks, we're just going to go back to doing what we were doing before.
You know, you keep talking about the importance of testing, and part of the reason for the importance of testing is something that Ambassador Birx raised, right, which is that, you know, these projections of up to 80% of the population having it. Again, I go back to the Diamond Princess. We just found out that half the people that had it on that ship never even knew they had it and had no symptoms at all, right? So it's possible that it's much more prevalent, and many more people have already had it than know it. And that over time, that will create confidence, because there won't be a fear of getting it if you have already had it. But you can't get that answer right now because there's no antibody test. They reference that there are some now going through the FDA. How significant do you think that could be, Austin, if we were actually able to retroactively tell people whether they have had it or not?
I think tremendously significant. If you had knowledge of whether you have had it or will get it, whether the people you're interacting with, if they know whether they had it, or if you had a treatment, or if you had a vaccine, all of those things could help a great deal. I mean, if you look at Korea, like I say, they've had extensive, close to universal testing, and they aren't in lockdown. So their economy can recover. I guess I don't understand why Washington is not putting more of a focus on this health side. If you slow the rate of spread of the virus and you get the testing and 20, 40 some percent of the population realizes they already had it, so there's not a risk, you can go back to doing your job. And that's where we got to get.
Gloria, obviously there's been this you know, political fight going on